Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel, Joyful Jessie. I hope that you all had a fantastic and blessed Thanksgiving. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you some of the yummy sides that I did for a Thanksgiving dinner, so make sure to stick around and watch. So the very first thing I did this morning was to season up our turkey. This was the star of the show. And I season it in a Puerto Rican style way, and I did share that video with you guys, so if you have not checked that yet, go ahead and hit the right hand corner. Now, particularly when it comes to my turkey, I like to season it a day ahead of time when possible. This time around I didn't have that ability, so I just did it a couple hours before putting it in the oven, and it still turned out really yummy. After I'm done with my turkey, one of the things that I really like to do is to clean my surfaces to make sure there's nothing from the turkey left behind before I deal with anything else. So in this case, I used Lysol, and I just cleaned my counter with it and also my sink. Ingredients that we are going to be using for our sweet potato casserole. This recipe, I'm pretty much using the one that is right here, except that I'm going to cut it in half, just because I'm only going to use one can instead of the two that the recipe calls for. And I'm also adding some marshmallows to it. What we are going to be using today is going to be 1 can of the drained yams. We're going to be using 1 egg, a 1/4 cup of milk, 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of the cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of butter melted. So I'm going to be melting that. Today I have Noah here helping me out with the mashing and the mixing of this stuff. The can of drained yams. I'm simply going to put it in there, and you're going to pretend they're mashed potatoes, and you're just going to mash them up. Okay, bud? Now we are going to go ahead and mix. So Noah's done pretty much mashing this stuff. So we're gonna add our 1 egg, our milk, our 3/4 cups of sugar. This is gonna be very sweet. I don't know how I feel about 3/4 cups of sugar. That's gonna be too sweet. I'm gonna put less than that. I put 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Looking at it, I'm like, wait, that's too much sugar for my tasting. I'm adding my little bit of salt, vanilla. The butter is supposed to be for the pecans, but I'm just gonna add them in there because butter is good on anything. And a little bit of the cinnamon. I know you like your cinnamon. Now I'm simply going to put this off to the side, and then when the turkey is ready and I'm ready to take it out, I'm gonna pop this in. Once it was ready, I baked it in the oven for about 25 to 30 minutes, and then I added some mini marshmallows on the top, and I broiled it for about 3 minutes, or until the top of those marshmallows became golden brown. Homemade gravy is so delicious and so simple to make. Like, once you start making your own gravy, you will never go back to the store-bought kind. I honestly cannot remember when was the last time I actually bought already made gravy. I just simply make it on my own. And for this, it's very simple. All I needed was the juices from the turkey, and I used the majority of the juices and saved some for when I cut up my turkey breast, just to put some of it on the top. I got the juices. I have about 5 tablespoons in here with a little bit of water to make the slurry. So 5 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add that into the liquid. Look how nice and thick our gravy has gotten. Yum. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off now. And I'm just gonna put my lid on it while I go ahead and cut the turkey up. I'm making such a mess. My daughter absolutely loves this. It's nothing fancy. I just put 2 tablespoons of butter, melted, put a can of corn, drained, and then I just simply heat it up on the stove top and I add some pepper to it and it just tastes so yummy. Seven apples in there. 6 to 7 apples. I'm gonna put 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna mix it all around. I'm gonna put about 1 tablespoon of cornstarch in there. I'm gonna mix it all around. And the cinnamon. And I'm gonna add a sprinkling of cinnamon in there. If it comes out, I believe there's like maybe a teaspoon in there. Move it all around. I'm gonna let this sit here and then I'm going to go ahead and get some butter and some brown sugar together. On my cast iron skillet, I'm going to go ahead and take 2 tablespoons of butter and I'm going to melt it. And then I have a 1/4 cup of packed brown sugar. Once our 2 tablespoons of butter are melted, we're going to go ahead and add our brown sugar to it. I'm gonna lower the heat a little bit. All right, once our sugar and our butter are pretty much put together, we're going to add our apples in there. Very similar to the way we make apple crisps, except it's being fried on a pan with butter and sugar. Gonna move it around until my apples are coated with that sauce. Once our apples are completely coated, it's still at a medium low. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it just so it cooks a little bit longer, and then after a few minutes, I'll let you know exactly how many minutes. I will uncover it and we will continue frying. We're at about 3 minutes. I'm gonna open it. We're gonna turn the heat down. And cover it back up. I just finished uncovering these. They had been cooking on low, I'd say for about 7 minutes or so. I'm gonna give them one final turn and I'm gonna turn it off. Now if you're making this, go ahead and you give them a try. If they are too hard for you still, leave them a little bit longer. I think mine, this is exactly how I like them. I like them to have still a little bit of a snap to it, not too flimsy, and that's what we have here. And that's how I'm making my pan-fried or caramel apples.
Who wants to go first about thankfulness?
Me. Okay, baby, go ahead. So we went around, we shared all the wonderful things that we were thankful to God for as we enjoyed this yummy meal. If you have any family traditions that you do during Thanksgiving and you would like to share that with me, I would love to hear from you. If you would like to share what were some of the yummy things that your family enjoyed this year, I would love to hear that too. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you have not yet done so, please make sure to subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye!